Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to a new TEW2020 video. You join us today for the 6th instalment, which is crazy. I think it's the longest I've done in any TW save, that especially has been a major company with many shows in a week. Yes, 6th version of Revolution. And a wee bit of pressure, considering the last two have had 99 rated shows. Last year's main event, Water defeating Okada for the AEW World Championship. We also had Iwatani defeating Mercedes Varnado to retain the Women's World Championship. Bit of an interesting build to this one. The plan was Cody Rhodes, Konosuke Takeshita for the AEW World Championship. The Dynamite before, because I like to put on just stream matches, etc, etc. Cody Rhodes, Vikingo. Cody Rhodes has broken his collarbone. He's out for 3 weeks, so another 2 weeks after this. So Cody Rhodes misses tonight's event. He can do angles, but he cannot participate in matches. Thankfully, I completely forgot Revolution, so you get Face of the Revolution ladder matches. There is Face of the Revolution matches, but I've decided to take away the ladder aspect. I don't want any more injuries. I want to have good matches. So that's your main event, is the Face of the Revolution match, with the winner getting a chance at the World Championship. Of course, Takeshita will get that chance down the line once Cody Rhodes is fully fit. But a lot of feuds have carried on to this. Some of them have started in the last couple of weeks, which we can talk about as we go along. So sit back, relax, and enjoy AEW Revolution 2027. So this show is about 18 segments, and it goes all the way pretty much up to the full allocated time that I had for it. And we have 81,435 at the Lambeau Field. Of course, live on AEW Plus and the AEW Network. And I've already made a massive mistake. So I'll confirm in a second what I've done. 88 segment anyway. So Cody Rhodes is out. He basically just says, oh well, unlucky, you don't get to see me defend the AEW World Championship. Such a shame, isn't it? Oh well, too bad. I'm just going to take my wee ball and go home. Takeshita comes out and he says he knows that Cody Rhodes is legit injured. It's a shame because he knows that Cody would be someone that would probably fake the injury. But he just says it's delaying the inevitable. It's delaying Takeshita getting his hands on Cody Rhodes and absolutely destroying him. He says it's a shame that the fans won't see him compete tonight, but it's one of those things. This brings out Chris Jericho, and I've put Keith Lee. It should be Lee Moriarty. So Chris Jericho has taken a mentorship managerial role on the careers at the moment of Lee Moriarty and Danny Luna. There'll be more added to his faction, but those are the first two I wanted to focus on. Younger talents that could have Chris Jericho basically promote them and get them over with his mic skills. So he just says, what can we do here? Lee Moriarty could kick your ass, Takeshita. This leads to Dwayne coming out, obviously, or a 40 figure in this save. And he confirms a few things. He says, obviously, Takeshita just confirming you'll get your chance against Cody Rhodes down the line. Cody, you can kind of go take commentary duties for our main event. And he confirms the main event tonight is, of course, the 6-man Face of the Revolution matchup. And he says, right now, Takeshita, get ready, you're in your gear. We're going to open up with Takeshita versus Lee Moriarty. So 88 segment. I don't know why I've put Keith Lee, because surely it would have been maybe one of the Lees in the roster, like Lee Johnson, but Keith Lee might be the one that's above them. But yeah, that's the plan. So we book a future match down the line, confirm a main event, and Takeshita versus Lee Moriarty will kick us off. And straight in with a fantastic matchup. Lee's been having a really good push. He's been getting good victories on Rampage, Carnage and Dynamite, all three brands he's been venturing out to. And these two have a superb wrestling match with great heat as Takeshita defeats Moriarty in 15:03 with a touchdown. 89 is the overall match segment rating and 94 played in 83. And of course, we made it steal the show, but a good match up there, a good showcase for Lee Moriarty. He can show that he's overness now, that he can kind of hang at an upper mid-card level, which is good to see. Our next matchup was... what kind of matchup did we make it? It was an unsanctioned match. That's what I went for. I couldn't find backlot brawl wasn't quite what I was looking for here. I'm like, my mood's quite something to do with the streets, something vicious, something dangerous. I thought we'll go unsanctioned, at least that way we can make it a bit vicious. Maybe not the streets, but you know what I mean? It's like anything can happen here. The AEW is not liable. I didn't want to have Santana have 2 wins in a row against Ortiz, but to balance the feud up a little bit, 50-50 booking. But a good matchup. Ortiz defeats Santana in 15-12 by pinfall. The actual 180 match, but look at the difference in the in-ring performance. And Santana took a crazy bump, which, as I say, gives him an excuse. It's like all you had to resort to X tactics to get the result, and that can give them one more match down the line. But regular was the aim, and yeah, victory here for Ortiz. We moved along to a triple threat match for the AEW TBS Championship. As you can see there, it got a stellar reign, but let's confirm how. It was about that had superb wrestling and good heat, as Diona Purrazzo defeated Mayu Iwatani and Takuma Aroha in 14:49, with Purrazzo submitting Aroha with a Fujiwara armbar. Diona makes the 4th defence of her TBS Championship. What a way to get prestige in that belt. 3 ladies with a stellar performance. That could probably main event my shows pretty easily. But the reason for going with this one is I had just a TBS matchup, put Diona defending it against Aroha. Aroha's barely over. We've obviously utilised her like with a lot of losses and a lot of wins at times. Obviously she was previously tagging with Kana previously. So she only got like 60 over. But her and Diona put on an 89 performance on Dynamite. And I went, what would happen if I added in Iwatani? And you can see there, brilliant stuff. So fantastic from all 3 ladies. And I'm just hoping if it does give a bit of a popularity boost to Diona, then, you know, she could get back to the main event scene. But a very worthy TBS champion. Great stuff. We then have a little backstage segment. Now, this one isn't going to lead to a matchup per se tonight, but it is going to lead to a feud down the line. They are remaining heels, but it's the tag champs Mercedes Moné and Roxy, just talking about how they've been getting on. Mercedes is like, you're getting better, but just keep listening to what I can do. You're just going to keep making money, but you're going to keep getting better, because I'm like the perfect mentor. But I wanted to introduce a new tag team. I feel my women's tag division doesn't have the greatest of depth, but I feel Ty Mello, Killer Kelly, they both have that kind of background of athletics. I can't remember exactly which particular branch of fighting they're in. I don't want to say one and then get it completely wrong, but I felt like that would work. Both of them natively speak Portuguese, one being from Brazil, one being from Portugal. So I felt like, yep, let's put them together. Ty had a great run on Carnage as the Queen of AEW, but I feel like this is our chance to mingle in an upper mid-card position with a view to the main event. And of course, if you get a lot of people loving at a tag level, you've seen how on the men's side of things, the matches can certainly deliver. So very happy with that, and a 71 for that. And I ran out of time, or maybe I put a tag match, but I feel like just get a segment for Revolution, and it gives me some options heading into Blood and Guts. Next up, we had the AEW Evolve Championship on the line. Now, Parker Boudreaux had a good run with Bronson Steiner as tag champs, and he just kept getting over and over. And I thought, yeah, I think this is probably time we pull the trigger. So we had about that good heat and decent wrestling, and Parker Boudreaux has defeated Brody King in 14-13 by submission to become your AEW Evolve champion. So a 73, it's like his skills aren't particularly great, but they're not far off 70s in some places, so he has got good ability. But I feel like Brody, I can move back to Rampage, I can move him on to Dynamite, and I feel with Carnage, it's a case of we can bring through more talent. I don't need to be, I can probably lose Pop every show for Carnages, but it's allowing these wrestlers to develop and properly break out, as you saw previously with Yuka and Diona and Priscilla in the Queen of AEW division. But 73, not too bad. Maybe not a main event level match, but that's the kind of matches we'd be pulling on Carnage. We then had the face of the Revolution, a ladder match that wasn't with a ladder, because I just wanted to have a normal match. We went 7 women here. Initially it was just going to be Anna Jay versus Britt Baker in that feud, but then I remembered I had to put this match in. So we had great heat here, good wrestling, and it was Veronica who defeated Britt Baker, Jade Cargill, Jamie Hayter, Anna Jay, Io Shirai, and the returning from injury Chris Statlander in 17:33 when she pinned Io Shirai with a locked Wraith slice. She is your face of the Revolution. So we're pretty much at a stage where you're probably going to have Veronica challenging for the World Championship. And I don't know how I feel about that, because she's got to lose eventually, but I think we'll give her some more main event spotlight matches to see how she does. And that's a 74 rated segment. A wee promo after, which gets an 81. It's her bragging, basically just saying, I'm this, I'm good, I'm a rookie, and next up for me is the Women's World Championship. Within Hype Up, the little feud that's been on between Adam Cole and Jay White, documenting their various matches they've had the last couple of months on Dynamite, where they've basically been picking up defeats. Jay White's been getting frustrated and more frustrated, blaming Adam Cole for a lot of them, and then he just loses the plot and attacks Adam Cole 2 weeks ago on Dynamite. So the Super Elite is no more. It's effectively now Jay White, Adam Cole's babyface, and the Bucks are just like caught in the middle at this moment in time. So we're going to Adam Cole versus King Switchblade, and they deliver a lot better than I thought that was going to be. Both haven't had the greatest of overness. They're in the low 80s to 80s. And it was about that superb wrestling and great heat, and we saw Jay White pick up the win on Adam Cole in 22:01 after using a foreign object. So the segment gets an 88, 81 from Adam Cole, 90 from Switchblade. I was a bit iffy if psychology was going to be a problem here, but I think Adam Cole has probably saved that because Switchblade's at a 77. I also realised as well we are getting a lot of good ratings for matches. I did do a motivational speech, so I'm assuming that's probably going to factor in as well, and maybe gives a lot more ratings that are better compared to where you could get two good performances in a poor rating. So, good stuff. Further on, we had a fatal 4-way match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. This is one I was hoping I could maybe get into the high 90s, but it's only an 83, but let's explain the reason why we're here. So, LFI have been absolutely, utterly sensational for me. They're at the stage now, I can't afford them in the tag division. They have to go individually. They're that good. Rush, Andrade are good enough to go straight to the top of the main event. I still have a great division at the top of it. I still have the Young Bucks, FTR, I still have the Lucha Bros, and there's plenty of other tag teams I can use. Getting that extra firepower of Andrade and Rush is pivotal. So to protect Andrade here, Rush was quite happy to put people over. So we had a superb wrestle match with good heat, and with the Lucha Bros defeat FTR, LFI and the Young Bucks in 23:45 when Penta pinned Matt Jackson with an assisted Fear Factor, the champs. I'm interested here. I think probably Andrade and FTR probably carried this in terms of psychology, but the performances are all great. I mean, the weakest is Dax Harwood at an 83, and in fact it's just FTR that's in the 80s. Everybody else was there's a couple of 94s in there, 2 97s for Penta and Nick as well, but Rush and Andrade we'll have them as like an alliance, but they can go at the top and start challenging for singles gold. So a good win there for the Lucha Bros, and they celebrate to a 68. They're pop cap, so they won't really get much higher than the ratings they get. They just have to have good matches. Then moved on to a triple threat match for the All Atlantic Championship. So Carmelo Casanova was getting a bit arrogant and said that, he was backstage, bumped into Kevin Steen and went, I could beat you, no bother. Kevin Steen beat him. And then Generico said, well, if he speaks English in this, say, right? If Kevin can beat him, then surely he can. He beat him. And then they decided triple threat match. Both will challenge for the All Atlantic Championship. And we had a bout that had superb wrestling and good heat. And Generico defeats Kevin Steen and Carmelo Casanova in 13:45 when he pinned Casanova with a brainbuster, meaning we have a new All Atlantic champion. So 86, stellar stuff there. Carmelo's pop cap, which is annoying, but it still gives me something good I can run with Steen and Generico going forward. We then moved on to a matchup for the AEW Women's World Championship. Courtney Dawn is on a great run on the Rampage brand, and she had called out the champion, obviously, who has been exclusive on another brand, but we gave her an opportunity to say we'll have the first confrontation at the pay-per-view. It was about the superb wrestling and great heat, and Demi Bennett defeated Courtney Dawn in 12:33 with the Riptide, giving her 7th defence of the world title. Both of these, I think, in this say I think Courtney might just over 30 in game, but still a lot of mileage for them to go. 82 is pretty solid considering there was the lack of psychology, that psychology penalty a factor, and it was just a regular matchup as well. So the reign of Bennett continues, but she's got some good attributes in this. I think physical brawling might be at the 70s, which I was quite surprised by, but I was like, hey, she's Scottish, we'll push her. So 82. And after the matchup, Demi Bennett has a friend. The two of them beat down Courtney Dawn, and the alliance is formed. It is returning from Impact, where she was on a developmental deal. Daria Berinato is back, and she will be loosely aligned with Demi Bennett. 71 for this segment. Demi came out of it looking excellent, and Daria was underwhelming. Couldn't be a pusher. And she is moving to an egomaniac gimmick, which is great. Good stuff. Continuing on with the women's division, we finally had the heel turn of Priscilla Kelly on the Shine champion Ruby Soho. Complete jealousy that Ruby had won the belt that Priscilla had been chasing and she wanted. And it was announced these two would go one-on-one tonight. It was a good matchup, good heat, decent wrestling. And Priscilla defeats Ruby Soho, so it's a very short reign for Ruby. But it's a win of 14-14 for Priscilla Kelly, as she wins the Shine Championship through underhanded tactics. 75, 64 for Ruby, and a 78 for Priscilla. Is it main event time? Did I book one more match? I can't remember. Let's carry on. Priscilla celebrates anyway, which gets a 71. And then we have our main event, which has had an injury, which means great, fantastic. It's going to take a substantial hit. That could have possibly been a 90 rated matchup, so that's a bit annoying. So the competitors in this main event matchup were Hangman, were Walter, Will Ospreay, MGF, Malachi Black and Tyler Black. The feud that I've had recently has been between Will Ospreay and Tyler Black. Tyler getting a bit jealous of Will's face turn, turning into a good guy. But yeah, basically the exceptional match saw Ospreay pick up the win. Back-to-back Face of the Revolution wins for him. He won it last year, wins it again. And then in 27-32, he's pinned Malachi Black with 6-30. So 84, I think that could have been a 90. Ospreay's babyface and will get a chance against Cody Rhodes, as will Takeshita. How that's going to unfurl over the next couple of months is interesting. Walter's got a cracked tailbone, so that'll keep him out for a bit. So I'm going to be missing still for a bit Walter, Omega, and Darby Allin. But I'm hoping all three of them will be back within a couple of months. Kenny, I think, is 3 months, Darby's 2 months exactly, so it'll be interesting to see how long Walter's out. Look at the performances there, everybody's stellar. 86 for Malachi. I do wonder if it was the match was 27 minutes 32, probably was a factor as well, maybe should have made it shorter. But yeah, it could out with Will Ospreay as the winner. Thanks, Nigel. And a stare down between injured Cody Rhodes, of course, and the future challenger Will Ospreay. So we're going to see in the future an Ospreay title match, a Takeshita title match. Veronica's got a title match. I don't know if any of them will take place at the next pay-per-view, which is Blood and Guts. I need to try and somehow build some big matches for that. But remember, after that is double or nothing. Show itself gets a 91. I mean, I think you're talking a 95 there, 96 if their injury doesn't happen to Walter, but that's the risk you take when injuries are on. And I feel like that was a very, very promising show there. A lot of stuff in terms of storylines, moving people around the card, bringing people back in to continue storylines, and setting stuff up for going forward, as I say, the stuff with the tag team there. So overall, very, very happy with it. So I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Next video, as I say, is Blood and Guts next week, and then we'll move on to Double or Nothing. Remember to check out the Fantasy Booker subreddit, Greek Software forums, and of course, if you can leave a wee thumbs up, it's deeply appreciated. But most importantly, take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.